3. We've got a 2 and we've got a 3. Do any of those values affect the y values?
The 2 does.
The 2 affects them.
That was old.
Do y's do the same thing or the wrong thing?
The right thing.
They do the same thing. They do the right thing. So for this one, we're going to have to take our y values. We do the same thing. So we multiply them by 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 0 times 2 is 0. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. So we're good there. What number goes for that horizontal line? 0.
Above it is 2.
So I need a positive 2 and a negative 2. That's easy enough. Positive 2, as Madison said, will be above. Negative 2, as Ms. Danridge said, will be below. The 2 is affecting the y values. That means the 3, the one that's inside, is affecting the x value.
But if it was outside.
If it was outside like the 2 is, then it would affect the y value. So x's, do they do the same thing or the wrong thing?
Wrong.
They do the wrong thing.
Stupid.
So all of our yx values, we have to divide them all by 3. Zero divided by 3 is still going to be 0. After that, use your graphing calculator unless you can do fractions in your head. 1/2 divided by 3 is 1/6. 1 divided by 3 is 1/3. 3/2 divided by 3 is 1/2. 2 divided by 3 is 2/3. We always put pi in the numerator. For this one, am I using 0 as an x value? Yeah, 0 is one of my x values, so I only need 4 additional numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 additional numbers. I've already used 0, so there I'm using pi over 6, pi over 3, pi over 2, and 2 pi over 3. Does sign start at top, middle, or bottom?
Middle.
Starts at the middle. We're using 0 this time, so we can start at 0, 0. And then to the top at 2, back to the middle at 0, down to the bottom at negative 2, back to the middle at 0. Any other questions on number 3? All right, try number 4. 4. The 4 is affecting the y values. Y values, we do the same thing. So for all 3 of my y values, I should be multiplying them by 4.
Teachers, please pardon this interruption. Juniors with the last name through F.
What the fuck?
No, we do.
Sit down, T-Fizzy.
They did it yesterday. We didn't do T-Fizzy.
Jim Locke at this time. Juniors with the last name through F.
So when I draw my graph for this one, I'm putting a 0 for that line. So where am I going to plot 4 and negative 4?
At the top and the bottom.
4 is at the top, and then
Negative 4 at the
negative 4
bottom.
is at the bottom.
For the y value, or x values do the opposite thing. So we should be adding pi over 2 to all of them. If after 4 problems you're having trouble getting these answers in the calculator, we have to talk on problem 5.
Saw a squirrel. It was like kind of on the side of the road, not quite to the curb. calculation floored it and just went at it.
So the calculator, you always put pi as
And it
one.
ran over
Yes.
it.
Except for like this one where
Yeah,
it's like,
you put
we just
three.
put three. Yep. Does this new x values use 0?
Yes.
No.
No. So I'm not going to use the 0, so I need 5 dashes for this problem.
Heck.
Because this problem doesn't use the 0. So that's why I need 5 instead of the normal 4. Then I can plot those new x values.
Why is it not you? I thought you did have to
Your
do
dog
0
was so
plus.
scared it's
Right, what is 0 plus?
No, but I thought, okay, so when you're using 0 and 4 and negative 4 and stuff, you have to add, I thought you had to add, like, you had to add pi over 2.
We did.
I know, but you said we didn't, I thought you said
So
we didn't.
when we got our new answers,
Yeah.
are any of my new answers 0? So that's why I'm not using 0 as one of my new x values. That's why I need to have 5 new lines for my 5 new values. The other problem is where they use 0, that's why I only have 4 of them.
I couldn't understand anything.
It's cosine. Cosine starts at the top.
Your secret's safe with me.
So top,
I just found Alex's
middle,
secrets, bro.
bottom,
I know, like,
middle,
that.
top.
That was from Google, okay, and that was from my friend. Yeah.
Don't tell me you.
Any questions on number 4?
No.
Wait,
It
look.
was just a really weird picture.
Oh, I got that one right.
This one.
Or this picture.
In my calculator, it's not coming up as a fraction when I
Are
add
you
them.
typing pi in the calculator?
Yes.
Don't type pi in the calculator.
I'm sorry. My
Just
mistake.
type 0 plus 1/2. 1/2 plus 1/2.
Not
1
this,
plus
not this.
1/2. 3 halves plus 1/2. 2 plus 1/2. Because pi is irrational, it can't be written as a fraction. So whenever you type pi, it's never going to be able to give you a fractional answer.
Let me see.
Okay.
Let me see.
All right, let's try number 5.
Where's your sister?
Y values.
Okay, let's say like,
So we're going to multiply all of our y values by -1/4.
She's like,
That will give you -0.25, 0, and 0.25. Good there so far? All
when
right,
would you think?
so when we draw our graph, that line is 0. It's not changing, it's always going to be 0. Where would -0.25 be? That would be on the bottom, positive 0.25 would be on the top.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it.
We are going to come back to those y values again, and I'll explain why when we get to them.
Explain why.
Wasn't meant to be a pun, just happy coincidence. For the x values, you're taking all of them, x is doing the wrong thing, so you're dividing all of them by 2. That's 0, pi over 4, pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, and pi. Does this one use the 0?
Yeah.
Yes. So since this one uses the 0, we only need 4 new numbers. Pi over 4, pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, and pi.
Yeah.
Where does sine start? Top, middle, or bottom?
Middle.
Middle. Nothing's wrong there. After middle, where does it go?
Top.
Top. This is where you have to be careful. My original top should have been 1. What did 1 become?
Oh. Oh my god.
It became the -0.25.
So we pulled sneaky on.
So I still have to pretend like this is my top. But where would I have to go to?
Bottom.
Oh.
Because of that negative, it kind of flips the way it occurs. It does a reflection. Just like with our transformations, did reflections.
Why didn't you tell me?
So because of that negative, that's why it kind of flips it. Instead of going to the top first, it goes to the bottom first.
Wait, but if you put negative 0.25 on top and you just make it regular weight, it's the same answer.
You would lose a point, or probably half a point, because negatives aren't supposed to be on the bottom. So it's kind of a mixed bag. You either lose the half a point because the negative's in the wrong place, or you lose half a point because you went the wrong direction first.
Wait, okay, I'm still confused on how you make the shape.
All right, so it's sine, so I start in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
After the middle, it's supposed to go to the top, correct?
Yes.
My original top number was 1.
Yeah.
What number did 1 become?
Negative 20.
So that's why I've got to treat that negative 0.25 as if it was my top, because that's where the top ended up. So that's why I went to the top, middle, bottom. Because that negative sign reflects it, so that's why it makes it do weird things we haven't had to do before. All right, number 6. Mr. Coves, are you doing better?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm on number 64.
Well,